This is Holy War. It's week 23, Sunday, June 7th. Today I went to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. I live in Utah. The Latter-day Saints are the predominant faith in the state. I think like 50% of people in Utah are Mormon. I didn't want to go to somewhere nearby me in case I saw anyone I knew and it would ruin the entire experiment. So I found this really cool building up in the Yale Crest area of Salt Lake City. It was built in 1924, really unique architecture, and had this really incredible stained glass piece at the front of the chapel, like behind the pulpit and the choir seats. Now, today is Fast Sunday. Fast Sunday. So for Latter-day Saints, the first Sunday of each month, they fast for most of the day. They go without food. And church is a little bit different on Fast Sundays. So instead of like an assigned speaker giving a sermon or a talk, members can go up individually, spontaneously, and share their testimony. So it's like open mic church. Anyone can get up and say anything they want. So it's more spontaneous, it's more personal, it's more emotional than like the regular weekly service. So that was what I showed up to today, to open mic testimony church. Overall, it was a nice service. Here's how I'll score it. For number one, meaning and message, I'll rate that a 7 out of 10. I took notes from the meeting and want to share a few highlights from some of the things that some of the members had to say. The very first person up was a child, could not have been older than like 12. He gets up there and he goes, this is almost word for word. He goes, life is like dominoes. Sometimes you get knocked down and then Jesus helps you pick up the pieces and put you back together. Strong start. Then later on, this woman gets up and she talks about how lately she's been studying individualism and how she's been seeing this trend in religion where people are putting more emphasis or more faith on the individual, on themselves, as the center of their spirituality rather than God. And I thought that was interesting to draw a clear line between yourself and the divine rather than one working with the other or them even being the same thing, that there was a clear line, at least in this woman's mind. Then later another kid gets up, again, like maybe 11, and he goes, prayer is such a cool thing because you can just like close your eyes and talk to this guy who like created the universe. And then he goes, and it's so cool because you don't need a church, you don't need a temple to talk to God. You can do it anywhere. Number two, ritual and experience flow, another 7 out of 10. It went song, prayer, and sacrament, the communion, the bread and water, the sacrament. Then open mic church, everyone shared their thoughts, song and prayer, the end. 3, ethics and integrity, a 6. People had nice things to say. 4, for community and energy belonging, 4 out of 10. One guy introduced himself. Everyone else there was kind of in their own world. It seems like its own community that isn't like isn't unwelcoming to outsiders or to new people, but just seems like they have their own thing going on. Number 5, learning and cognitive expansion, a 6. And then lastly, heart resonance and emotional impact, a 7 out of 10. It felt the heart resonance I had being there was pleasant. It felt good. The Latter-day Saints talk a lot about the Spirit or the Holy Ghost. And my favorite testimony was one woman who got up and talked about how she must have been like, I want to say like 50, 60. She talked about how she went to go see the Michael Jackson movie with her girlfriends earlier that week and commented on how she felt the spirit in the movie. I thought that was really cool. And then she related that to not judging other people because you never really know what's going on in someone's life. Overall, it's going to give the Mormons, the Latter day Saints, a 37 out of 60 for today's service. Here's where that puts them in the Holy War rankings. If you've got an idea or a suggestion of somewhere you think I should visit, leave a comment or send me a message. Other than that, I love you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week with something completely different.